This is Political Science for class 11 and we are continuing the chapter Freedom or Liberty. In the previous lecture we had done the meaning concept of negative liberty. Today we are taking the positive concept of liberty. This is different from the concept of negative liberty. You remember, the supporters, the advocates of negative liberty believe in absolute liberty without any restraints, especially in economic and social sphere, and they consider state as a necessary evil, and the state should perform limited functions only. That we have already done. Now we are moving on to the positive liberty. This is the view that believes in freedom with reasonable restrictions. You also must be realizing, children, you are given liberty, you are given freedom by your parents, by sometime by teachers also, but in a limited manner only. If you want to go to visit your friends or to go to market or to go to see a movie or on trip, you have to take the permission and you have to come back within that time period, and you are instructed to do or not to do something, right? So these are the freedom along with some conditions, and these conditions are for the benefit of you only. Similarly, in a country also, the people are given freedom to do what they want, but what they want does not mean whatever they want. That means what is good for them and what is not creating problems and hindering themselves and others too. Okay, so that is there. So they believe in freedom along with restrictions, but the favorable restrictions. Okay, so they believe in that absolute freedom would lead to anarchy. Anarchy means a situation where there is no authority to check. That is the chaotic situation, lawlessness, disturbed, and no, all can do anything which can cause harm to others, but there is no authority to check them. It will be the result of absolute or total freedom without any restrictions. Alright, so it would act as a hindrance in the development and enjoyment of freedom of others. And this they ensure and provide the conditions in the form of rules and laws for enjoyment of freedom. Who? The supporters of positive liberty. Okay, with the help of the state and laws, rules, terms, conditions, etc. And the main advocates are Lasky, T.H. Green, Mackenzie, etc. According to Green, positive liberty is like this: as beauty is not the absence of ugliness, so liberty is not the absence of restraints. That means it is a beautiful statement or definition कि beauty does not mean if a person is not ugly. If the person is not ugly, that doesn't mean that he or she is beautiful. Similarly, if there is no restraint, that does not mean that there is liberty. Okay, so we have to see that the situation, the condition can be better and the good when some conditions, situations, rules, laws are there to do or not to do something that will add to the actual genuine freedom. Alright, so remember this: as beauty is not the absence of ugliness, so liberty is not the absence of restraints or hindrances or limitations. Right, this is said by Green. And Mackenzie wrote, freedom is not the absence of all the restraints, but rather the substitution of rational ones for irrational. He says that if there is no restraint or restriction, that doesn't mean the liberty. Liberty is when restrictions are there, restraints are there, but the reasonable one. Not if there are too many rules, laws, terms, conditions, do's and don'ts, that is also not good. But some should be there, so that is rational ones should be there, and irrational or unnecessary should be removed. This is the view of Mackenzie. All right. And Lasky wrote, by liberty I mean the eager maintenance of that atmosphere in which men have the opportunity to be their best selves. That means liberty is prevailing or is there if the state is there to provide that atmosphere, that condition which is smooth, which is harmonious, and where there is no disturbance, nobody is creating any problem for other, so that all can develop their personality in their own way for the best of themselves. All right. And he advocated the liberty of thought, expression, will, and conscience. And it involves restraints, and one cannot enjoy the liberty at the expense of liberty of others. That doesn't mean if I want to enjoy something, but because of my enjoyment other person is facing problem, that is not the liberty, that is disturbing the others. Okay. For example, if you want to play music, but the music should not be played so loud that it is causing harm to the other person next to you or next door neighbors or other person also. Or for example, if by chance you are free in your class, that doesn't mean that you can shout, you can talk, you can create problems, you can do whatever you want, because in other classrooms the classes are going on. So if you are free, that doesn't mean that you can do anything, but your doing anything would cause harm to the other children. So that is what, if you are free, you're not supposed to disturb the others. So there are some conditions for ensuring liberty, and these conditions are told by Lasky, and they are 3. First is absence of privileges. Privileges means extra freedom or some extra conditions are given to some people to be exercised, to be enjoyed, and not to others. So all should be treated or should be allowed to do the same things like others. So there should be no privilege given to any class or any person or any community. Second is rights are universal. Rights are universal. Universal means everywhere. These rights, whatever rights are mentioned in natural state also, and in modern states also, in the constitution also, they are to be exercised by all, irrespective of their caste, culture, religion, and gender, etc. So that is universal. And the third condition for ensuring liberty is the state action should aim at securing benefits to all. Okay, the state should see that whatever terms, conditions, policies, programs for development are being formed must be for all, not to favor a particular section, a particular group in the society or in the country. All right. Now we come to the next topic, and that is the features or characteristics of positive liberty. These are also 5 in number. Liberty is not merely the absence of restraints, but this is the gist of this concept. So, liberty is not merely the absence of restraints. State is not evil. You remember, state is evil. It is bad institution. It is not welcome because it imposes rules, regulations, conditions on individual. So they believe that no, it is not so. State is not evil, but it works for the benefit of all by ensuring the freedom. Then third one, rights are necessary for liberty. Yes, liberty can be enjoyed only when the people are allowed to enjoy the liberty, and that allowance or that permission is their right. They have got the right to enjoy their liberty. So rights must be mentioned in the constitution so that they can be enjoyed. Then liberty cannot be realized or exercised where there is existence of privileges, where there is no universality of rights, and where state action does not benefit all. And the fifth characteristic or feature of positive liberty is that state creates conditions conducive for enjoyment of liberty. So that means they welcome the state. Now we quickly see the difference between negative and positive concepts of liberty. That will help you in understanding in a better way. First negative liberty and then positive liberty, side by side these are going on. It advocates absolute liberty, whereas positive liberty advocates liberty with restrictions. Then state has not any control over individual according to negative liberty, and here positive form में state interferes and provides conditions for the development of the personality of all the individuals. The negative believes in state is a necessary evil, and they believe state is a positive institution. Then they advocated laissez-faire state, the negative ones. Laissez-faire means where there is no economic control of the state. Okay, and they advocate a welfare state. The positive ones advocate support the welfare state, where state has full control over all the spheres, and that sees that each and every aspect of human being is taken proper care. Economic, social, educational, cultural, political, etc. We come back to the negative ones. The advocates of negative liberty are, or the supporters are, Adam Smith, J.S. Mill, Rawls, and Berlin. And the positive liberty is supported or advocated by T.H. Green and Lasky. So that is all in positive and negative concept of liberty. Thank you.